The team waived defender Amber Brooks, which, as someone who interviewed Amber Brooks, I mean, it sucks, because it's, it's a nice, nice people, but, with these pro sports leagues, it's always a business. So that's how things work. And especially with the way that Seattle has added, I say Seattle, because technically they're not the Seattle Reign anymore, but I mean, they play back in Seattle. So I'm going to count it, right? When you've got as many players on defense as you do, and you've got younger players on defense, if you're a defender who's a little bit, he's not old, but you're not necessarily like mid-20s or lower, I think you're going to be the odd woman out in this situation, and that sucks. But ultimately, you're gunning for an NWSL title here, and you can't worry about making friends.
Right.
So talking about defenders, the team re-signed club original defender Lauren Barnes to a one-year deal with a one-year option, so keeping your team captain in Seattle. The team signed Bethany Balser to a contract extension. It's a 3-year deal with a club option for an additional year, which could extend Balser's time with the club through the 2025 season. Bethany Balser winning the 2019 NWSL Rookie of the Year and being second in the league in goals scored last year. So having as much talent up front as you can with Bethany locked up is a good deal. The team, talking about forwards, the team re-signed Megan Rapinoe to a one-year deal. So keeping Megan around. And I want to touch on that really quickly because obviously Megan Rapinoe and Sue Bird are a couple, right? Her only signing, we look at all these other deals, they're one-year deals with a club option. Notice there's no club option on that deal, right?
No.
I have to think that, I've had a source that I've talked to with this about a good amount, since the press conference for Lumen Field being the home of the Reign came up. This is Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe's final year playing pro sports. I have to think about it because Sue Bird's announced that she's playing her final year.
Yeah.
And if Megan's only signing a one-year deal and is kind of getting into that 40 range, and it's not saying anything about being old. It's just 40 is kind of the year where most pro athletes kind of hang things up, right? At least in most sports, at least the ones we cover.
Right.
You have to think that this is the year, right? They both go out, they're done, they get to live their lives and, make impacts in other ways. I have to think that, at least with Sue returning for one more year and Megan signing only a one-year deal.
It makes sense. And Sue was ready to retire, but she obviously opted to come back. And so why not play another year if you're Megan Rapinoe? Why not just decide that you're also going to be done and go on and live your life, like you said, and make significant changes in other ways? So,
and no doubt, in whatever Sue and Megan do past their career, they'll make an impact, right?
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how the season plays out for both of them because you're looking at teams who, both made the playoffs last season, didn't reach the ultimate goal of a title, and are looking to build up and get to that title position. The Reign, both teams, are looking to make that big signing that pushes you over the edge, right? The Reign have signed a bunch of players and have brought back a bunch of their key contributors, but haven't really brought in somebody who has put them over the edge. A bunch of the different teams around the league, Kansas City, North Carolina, Portland here and there, have made moves that kind of say, hey, we're pushing for a title. And I can't necessarily right now say that about the Reign. I know we've got time. There are still chances that Lyon could loan some of their talented players over to their sister team in the Reign. But at the current moment, you'd like to see a little bit more. The team, as the final roster move, did sign midfielder Rose Lavelle to a 2-year deal that runs through the 23 season. So that's good to have all of that talent up front. But like I said, you'd like to add that cherry on top, that finishing piece that says, hey, we're ready to win a title. We're going to compete for it. We want to get past, we want to actually make the championship instead of making it to the round that gets you into the championship, right? Because getting the bye week is fine, but if you don't get into the championship, it doesn't matter. It's like you did nothing.
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to as preseason for the Reign begins tomorrow on the 1st. So looking back at it, as we talked about at the beginning of the show, a lot of stuff starts this week, which is going to be exciting to get back into it because, for the longest time it was, off season this, the Kraken are still kind of doing things, but Everybody else, free agent rumors here and there. I mean, the Mariners still kind of in that purgatory because of the lockout. But we're going to get some teams starting things up. So that'll be exciting to get into and maybe a little bit stressful, but we'll be here for it next week. So do you have any sort of closing reflection marks on that?
Just excited to see what comes this week. I think my favorite notifications are the ones that make me gasp. So that will be interesting to see what different moves these agencies make.
So with that being said, Charles and Bel here with you for Circling Seattle Sports on Converge. Until we see you back next time, stay safe, be well, and take care of yourself.